In today's video, we're going to be building Corkscrew in my Cedar Point park in Theme Park Tycoon 2. Let's get into it. So far, as you can see, this is the next park we are going to be building. I've moved Top Thrill 2 over using ride IDs, and I've already placed where Power Tower is going to be. So, of course, Theme Park Tycoon 2 doesn't have every single coaster in the world on here, but they have a lot that get pretty close. So for this one, we'll just use the corkscrew coaster because that is the actual coaster that it uses. And like I said, sometimes I change where I go with it, so it doesn't actually go over here that much, and I don't want my turn to be so wide. So I am actually just gonna move it over so it's a little bit easier on the coaster and it's more accurate to real life. So you don't always have to follow that exactly, because sometimes you mess up. I was just loosely placing to get a feel for the coaster. Obviously this is an older coaster, it was made a longer time ago, so I will be using more of basic editor sometimes, because it helps to get a more accurate feel. So what you can do that's really cool with track pieces, if you don't know how to build custom ones, which it's actually really cool and it might help some people, is what you can do is you can build a straight piece, then slightly up, and then you can go into this more pieces button. And some of them aren't unlocked because you have to be flat to do some of these, but if you have it just that small slope up, then what you can do is looping left, and then it will have a cool loop like that, and that can be helpful for some people that don't know how to build loops. But then what you're gonna have to do after the loop is you have to go back to this piece, and you're gonna remove these two pieces before it, and then go to advanced editor and make that nice and smooth, because otherwise that looks pretty rough. So what corkscrew, I think that's a really cool element, is that there's a double corkscrew right one after the other, but not only the double corkscrew, but I think it's really cool how it incorporates it into the midway, because there's literally like paths all around here, and it corkscrews over, and it like goes through flower beds. The supports are in flower beds, and it's really cool actually. And for this, I will build custom supports, because these supports are nothing like it, and they're easy custom supports to build, so I will be doing that also. Now, I'm gonna say something here, but a lot of people might get mad at this, but I know I've said how much I dislike Magnum XL 200 before, and I still don't like it that much, but the first time I rode it only with one other person, and so it was really painful and not that fun. The next time I rode it with more people, and so yes, it was painful, but it was kind of painful in a funny way. Like, it was kind of fun to experience that pain with other people. I don't know how to explain it or why that's funny to me, but I will say it was a better experience that time. I still think they should take the coaster out, though. That's my hot take. Still think they should take it out, replace it with something better. That should be their next coaster, because they're running out of space anyway. The headbanging on corkscrew is like actually really bad though, especially going right over the corkscrews. Those over the shoulder restraints just hit your neck in the wrong place, and so you're going along the corkscrew just like banging your head side to side. But it is really cool just going upside down, and it is really cool how they incorporated it through the midway, just the poles going through flower beds and stuff. So now with those paths done, let's do a quick station time lapse. And there's been a rumor going around that Maverick might get retracked and the Heartline roll might be put back in. So originally Maverick was built with a Heartline roll right after it does that helix around the water. It was too intense, so it was taken out, and only one person has ever ridden it. Obviously, if they retract it and put the Heartline roll back in, it'd be a less powerful, less intense version of the Heartline roll, but it would still be pretty powerful, and I would love to see that be put back in. So now I'm going to start work on Power Tower over here with these cool columns in the middle of color that are on the actual thing that I'm building using primitives, just to give it that color column through the middle of all of them. They actually just repainted. It was originally like yellow and green, and now they changed it to the blue and red colors of Top Thrill 2, and I honestly think it looks better. It looks really cool now. As you can see, I built the truss for Power Tower. I also did these top trusses here with the hydraulic launch coaster, which was really cool to do. And then I also did this lettering on here. This is Power Tower in Cedar Point, using a really nice letter kit from the workshop that I really like to use. And I also added the little flag here on top of the eye for the Cedar Point. And I also colored these. So these are pretty much done. I also did some coding though. So if you've never been to Power Tower, this is how it works. This blue side over here, this right side, is the drop down side. This side just comes up and it free falls you down right to the bottom. And then there's also the shoot up side, this red side, which just shoots you straight up from the bottom and then drops you. So you go really fast up here, just shoot right up, and then it lets you go, and then you free fall. So it's really cool. It took a lot of hard work coding that. I was working on this Power Tower for about 2 hours, and I'm really tired, but now I'm going to do all of the paths around here and just the areas around it, and then I'll do some trees and some fine tuning here, and then we'll pretty much be done. It was just announced that Switch tracks are getting added to Theme Park Tycoon 2, and I am super excited about that, and I can't wait to see how they work and use them in game. Obviously, I'll put out an update video about that when that comes out, and also I will be upgrading both of my Top Thrill 2s and Pantheon with the new Switch tracks when they come out. Super excited for that. We've been waiting forever. Now that is looking real nice. So I built the forest off camera real quick because that was boring. So basically, that's all we have to do. I've done Corkscrew, Power Tower, and Top Thrill 2 in this episode. So then the next episode will be Gemini and Magnum XL 200s and all the rides going up and down this Midway. I'm Coasters and Keys. Thanks for watching.